Now, shall we begin?
No, you're looking over here. And you say now where to begin.
Now where to begin?
Yes.
I'm looking at the camera.
Yes.
Okay.
The door locks!
Hey everyone, I got big news. We got the creator of the BB09 Files in here today. We got a big interview planned with him. So just stay there a minute. Hello!
I wonder who that could be.
Alright. You're lucky. Hand me that. Thank you.
Alright, so what can you tell us about the new show?
Well, at the end of episode 1, I realized that I could take the show in a number of different directions. At its most basic form, it worked well as a standalone short film. We find out that Edgar is indeed the monster. It looks like Bram is attacked and eaten, and we have a nice happy ending. But I had such a fun time writing and filming it that I knew the story wasn't going to end there. Hang on one second. Okay.
I knew right from the start of writing episode 2 that I wanted to bring in some new characters. For one thing, the show needed a main villain that the audience would love to hate, and I found that in Dr. Jana Meister. Dr. Jana Meister is a mad German scientist who was brought over to America after World War II. This actually happened to a lot of German scientists at this time, but of course Dr. Jana Meister didn't want to comply. He became a rogue chemical engineer who began dabbling in biochemistry. And of course this resulted in some rather unusual experiments, namely the Plubafloop, which is the horrible creature that Bram's friend Edgar has turned into.
We even see some of his rebellious nature in the way he speaks. He still retains a heavy German accent and says certain German words and phrases from time to time.
Nine! 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 Three!
Good day.
The scene where the doctor gargles a potion and trips over his own table was not written into the script. In fact, it was a complete accident. But it looked so great on camera that we decided to keep it in. The actor didn't get hurt, but he did break a glass bottle, which he still hasn't paid me for. Agent Pilcher was originally going to be Agent Patrick, but the actor I hired objected to the name, saying it was boring and too normal. I said it would be fine if the name were changed, as long as he came back with something better. That's how Agent Pilcher was born. We just played around with names for a few minutes, threw in a Russian accent, and boom! We had a much cooler character than I had originally conceived.
No, you see, your friend was captured by the doctor some time ago and transformed into, just forget all that. It's not sounding right. The has a Z, and this is a this.
Pilcher is a former FBI agent who discovers that Dr. Jana Meister's scientific research is being funded by part of the government. So he sort of becomes the man who knew too much, gets fired, and starts his own project. I have no idea how he earns a living doing this, but I suppose that's a tale for another episode.
Let's go!
I'm not wearing my disguise. No.
Oh god!
Your hat's in that.
He's like, do not hold this thing to my face any longer!
Edgar and Bram were essentially the same characters they were in the first episode, but of course I could build on them in episode 2. In Bram's character, for instance, we see some flashes of anger, which is a different side of the character than what we saw in episode 1.
What do you know about it? Nothing!
One of my favorite scenes from the new episode is the game of Settlers of Catan that Edgar and Pilcher play about halfway through the show. All four of us love to play this game in real life, so this was a great opportunity to bring this to life a bit.
Hand over your precious Alexander the sheep.
Not Alexander! No!
Episode 2 was originally going to be filmed on location at a bike trail a ways off from the normal studio, but we realized that we weren't going to have time to get out there before another episode should be uploaded. That's when I began thinking of the carbon monoxide/bacteria plot.
I was recently reading a book about the dangers of carbon monoxide and how it is lethal to humans. While that was a great start, I needed something a little more paranormal for the purposes of the show. That's when I stumbled across the research of Albert Coleman, who proposes that bacteria may have played an important role in Earth's early atmosphere. The part of his theory that particularly intrigued me, though, was that exotic bacteria, known as anaerobic carboxydactyphs, consume carbon monoxide and use it to produce a new cellular material. Now, of course, there's no evidence that this material is dangerous to humans, but for the sake of the film, I decided to cross the science to fiction border right here. Everything else about the bacteria and carbon monoxide discussed in the film is true, however. The pictures are not actual carboxydactyphs.
That was beautiful. I'm not sure I got all of it.
So are there any, special surprises or
Right.
Easter eggs in the show?
If you look closely throughout the new episode, you might notice some things that appear out of place, but they were actually planted there intentionally. I don't want to give those away, but if you notice any of them, make sure you put your observation in the comments section below.
I was very satisfied with the ending of episode 2. I thought it was fun to jump back and forth between different areas of the story, since everything else had been pretty linear up to this point. As soon as I started typing out the part where the bomb is activated, I knew that I Am, by AWOL Nation, would be a cool fit for the scene. The quiet verse builds into an explosive chorus that works really well with the scene. As for the website URL at the bottom of the screen during the explosion, let's just say it's harder than you would think to find stock footage of a good explosion on the internet. If you're wondering what happened to Edgar at the end of the video, good, because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm not going to give away what's going to happen in future episodes. No, I'm not. Stop giving me that look. But I will say that I've got some pretty cool ideas for the series. So thanks for staying tuned, and I will see you in episode 3. That's it. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. No! No!